For centuries, men have gathered beneath vaulted ceilings and candlelight, builders, philosophers, and dreamers, united by a single conviction that geometry is not merely science, but scripture. They called themselves Freemasons, heirs to an ancient blueprint said to trace back to the Temple of Solomon itself. But this temple was more than stone and mortar. It represented the human soul, a structure under construction, brick by brick, through knowledge and discipline. The secret of the Freemasons was never truly about what they built, but how they saw. Because to a Mason, the temple is not found in the world. It is built within. In the age of cathedrals, the language of God was written not in word, but in light and stone. The master builders of Europe, many of whom would later call themselves Masons, saw architecture as a divine cipher. Every arch and window was crafted in sacred proportion. Geometry turned into prayer. The cathedrals of Chartres, Notre Dame, and Rosslyn were not just monuments to faith. They were machines of illumination, designed to harness sunlight as a symbol of truth. For the initiate, light was not only vision, it was revelation. And so the Freemasons became not just builders of stone, but architects of light. Among the Mason's tools, none are more sacred than the compass and the square. The compass draws the circle, symbol of spirit, infinite and divine. The square shapes the material world, the foundation of reason and order. Between them lies the letter G, representing both God and geometry, the architect's bridge between heaven and earth. To the Freemason, building is a sacred act, a rehearsal of creation itself, each line and angle a reflection of cosmic law. Through geometry, man becomes a mirror of the divine. The Temple of Solomon, the archetype of all Masonic symbolism. In its pillars and chambers, the Masons saw the first blueprint of the initiated world. Boaz and Jachin, the twin columns, stood for strength and stability, the eternal opposites that uphold creation. But more than architecture, the temple's inner sanctum was an allegory of the mind, the chamber where the divine presence resides in stillness. For the true Mason, Solomon's temple was never meant to be rebuilt in stone. It was meant to be realized within the soul. The Gothic cathedrals carried a geometry few could see, circles within squares, triangles within spirals, ratios drawn from the golden mean, the same proportions found in seashells, galaxies, and the very structure of the human body. To the Masons, mathematics was the fingerprint of God, proof that creation itself followed a hidden order. And in every arch and vault they encoded that order, so that those with eyes to see might read the language of the divine. As empires rose and religion fractured, Masonry evolved. No longer bound only to stone, it became a philosophy of light, a system of symbols teaching moral architecture. From the cathedrals of Europe to the founding halls of America, its influence spread quietly. The very word Enlightenment reflected its purpose, to lift the human mind from superstition to understanding. Every man, said the Mason, is a rough stone to be polished, until he shines with the light of wisdom. To outsiders, the Freemasons seemed shrouded in mystery, their secret oaths, hidden handshakes, and rituals whispered in shadow. But secrecy was not meant for deception, it was a mirror. What is hidden is often what humanity refuses to see in itself. Their silence became a safeguard, protecting the symbolic from the literal, the sacred from the profane. In guarding their mysteries, they preserved meaning in an age that would cheapen it. Throughout history, great minds found refuge within the lodge. Scientists, artists, revolutionaries, united by a belief in progress through knowledge. For Newton, Mozart, Washington, and Voltaire, Freemasonry was not a conspiracy. It was a sanctuary, a place where science and spirit could coexist, where reason and revelation were one. Within those candle-lit halls, they sought the same truth the ancient builders carved in stone, that wisdom must be constructed, never given. Every Mason, past and present, is engaged in what they call the great work, the transformation of chaos into order, ignorance into light. The stones they lay are internal. The temple they build is invisible, raised within the chambers of the human spirit. Though centuries have passed, the work continues, for the true temple is never finished. Each generation adds its own corner of truth to the eternal design. The secret code of the Freemasons was never hidden in vaults or rituals. It was always hidden in plain sight, in the cathedrals, the cities, the very geometry of our world. Because the Masonic secret is not about power or conspiracy, it is about perception. That truth, like architecture, must be built, measured, balanced, and aligned with light. The Freemasons remind us we are all builders, each chiseling away at the rough stone of the self, until at last we stand within the completed temple of our own making. You've been watching the Esoteric Unveiled, exploring hidden orders, forgotten truths, and forbidden knowledge. Like and subscribe.